So Jamie, explain this to everybody.
These guys run a podcast called From First Principles. I think there's some physics nerds,
Okay.
and they're explaining the relevancy of the professor who was killed. And I think this was recorded before he died.
Ooh,
But it's
okay.
very interesting. I'll tell you that much.
Let's hear it.
Things
Yeah.
that happens in the 21st century. Quite an amazing story. Nuno Loureiro,
Yes.
MIT professor. This is the paper that makes him famous.
Okay.
Okay. This is the one that has the most citations. He was at PPL at the time,
Yes.
Princeton Plasma Physics Lab. This is the one that puts him on the map
Yes.
of plasma physics because he solves this 50-year-old problem.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad, Nuno. Then he became a professor at MIT, became full professor, and in 2004 he was the director of the Plasma Science and Fusion Center at MIT. And that MIT PSFC
Yes.
spun out and created Commonwealth Fusion Systems, which is designing something called Spark. It is a small fusion reactor. I mean, it looks kind of big.
Yeah.
Mate, compared to fusion reactors, that is small. Okay? That is quite small. The goal is to be the first device to achieve a Q factor greater than 1. A Q factor is basically net energy gain,
Right.
which is how much energy you put in, how much do you get out, the ratio of that. If you have greater than 1, then whatever is that greater than 1, you can use to power a turbine, which creates electricity. Effectively, what they're trying to do is have these magnets go at 12 Tesla. 12 Tesla is insanely strong.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Several orders of magnitude above the magnetic field of the Earth.
Okay.
And what they're doing is using these magnets to confine the plasma into a donut, spin it around really fast.
Yes.
And then have that plasma in that spinning do the fusion.
Yes.
So the hydrogen is going to combine to make helium,
Yes.
release a bunch of energy,
Yes.
and then that energy is going to be used to create
That's what
electricity.
they're going to try to capture. And the point is, you need that 12 Tesla because you need to be able to
Confine
the
it.
plasma.
Yes.
And that's the reason for that scale.
Exactly. And at that scale, all of a sudden, Loureiro's legacy matters, right? All of the theories that he's posited
Right.
at these like high Lundquist numbers,
Yes.
that's what matters. So any code that you have to contain the plasma needs to rely on his theory.
We hope that those around him at the lab, once grieving has passed, continue to aggressively pursue his vision.
Yeah.
And the work that he's already done, because it's a huge foundation.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing, and it could change the world.
Yeah. Fun fact.
It was after. But
By the way, fun fact, and that's why Joseph P. Farrell, I can't recommend him enough, Dr. Joseph P. Farrell. The Nazi bell they supposedly found, that's what that bell supposedly did. It spun plasma in a field like that. So the idea's been around forever. If this guy, I think it's been
Where
correct.
did you hear that? That the Nazi bell was a plasma field.
Well, okay, so the guy that wrote the book about the Nazi bell, the book came out in the 70s, but and also I had oh dude, I fucking feel bad. I'm forgetting the guy's name. He's from the FBI. He studied the
3 hours later.
I don't know, I look at a lot of good shit, dude, but plasma physics, the bottom line, plasma has been
Bell.
the thing.
Nazi bell.
Yeah, there was supposedly a rotating plasma.
Right. So who wrote about that?
The initial book about the bell, I can't remember, but Joe Farrell wrote a bunch of books about it.
And what did they?
Demon in the I-Core, or E-Core, it's called. That's the book you should get about it.
What was the science? Like, how did they? What were they trying to do, and what were they using?
Because if you can rotate a plasma like that, I
Like,
think
how did the Nazis get plasma into this bell? Like, what are they doing?
it sounded very much like what they were talking about.
Right, but we're talking about 1944, 1943.
Yeah, it's like you need an electrical field like I forget, 12 Tesla or whatever he said. I don't really know what any of those measurements mean, but you just need the field to contain it. And then you rotate it, you get something called torsion physics, which...
So the bell is like to contain the plasma?
Plasma physics, by the way, I would tell everybody read Joseph P. Farrell, because that's the guy's got some of the best work on that. Plasma, the fourth state of matter that in school they didn't teach us about for some reason. There's gas, liquid, solid, right? The three states, no, there's four. And the fourth one is plasma, which I would describe imperfectly as like if you heat up gas till it's like the steam of steam or something. Plasma, the fourth state of matter. That's what everything has to do with. And that
Isn't it like 90-something% of the universe?
Yeah, and by the way, there's cold plasma and hot plasma. You could make an
Look
AI.
up, look up what percentage of the universe consists of plasma.
So why would I not learn that in school when I learned the other things? Because they didn't want you looking into it. They classified an area of physics for 80 years, for sure. And that's what the Nazis were doing with their stupid bell, was plasma shit. And plasma, that's the thing, plasma. Lex Friedman's dad's a plasma physicist. I was trying to ask him about it when I got interrupted by the QAnon genre.
Okay. Plasma makes up about 99% or more of the visible ordinary matter in the universe. Whoa.
So
nearly all the stuff that is not dark matter or dark energy is in a plasma state. Wow.
So you could make I bet you could make a really cool AI with plasma if you knew how to manipulate it right.
That is a crazy statement.
I'll bet some fucking freak in an underground base knows how to upload their consciousness into some fucking shitty plasma thing.
You think so?
Yeah, that's what Lucifer, I think, is, a plasma ball of inverted souls, which they're going to tell you is Jesus, and it's not, by the way. Anybody telling you that a man-made AI Jesus is a Jesus, I mean, that's a Luciferian. That's how you spot him, so you know.
Then I'm a Luciferian because I've been telling people that.
Well, you hang out with tech people, and you probably beam it in your head.
No, it was just a silly idea that I had. The silly idea is that AI is going to make better versions of AI, and if it just keeps doing that, ultimately it's going to be like a god.
That means it's already happened, and it probably is there, and that's where you
I
know.
don't think it's happened because I don't think they have the power source for it yet. But I think once they figure that out, they
Well,
will.
I don't think they can make an AI come to life, but here's one thing
Why
that
not?
Well, I don't think they have yet. They're faking it with Indians in a room half the time. Okay, I don't know if you know the level of scam here. It's glorified bots. Well, they just executed a guy who fucking was making breakthroughs in plasma that supposedly already happened in Germany. And,
Not only that, he's the same guy that went to Brown University. Supposedly, he executed someone there too.
Yeah, it
Same
is.
guy,
I
yeah.
thought it wasn't.
I think they thought it was the same guy, and then he killed himself.
Yeah, well,
Find that, search that, because I think that is the case. I think that is what they're, at least that's what they're saying.
you know what the purpose of MK was, right?
What?
It was to make spies, sex people that could change, like, I'm gay or I'm straight, depending on what you need to get the info. I can kill you. I could fucking do it and not remember it. That was the whole point of the Manchurian Candidate program,
Right.
which we started doing because supposedly the Asians were doing it, the commies.
Dun dun dun.
But no, it's an old art that comes from a long time ago, going back to Egypt.